Amazing evening, Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining me. Welcome to Up This is Precious. So today we carry plenty matter way hot like this. On to thank God it's Friday edition of the show. That's all carry matter they will plenty. Enter inside the studio. And I got my mighty men in valor today to join me for inside the studio. I'll let you in on who they are, but make I quickly go tell you. Don't stop read them who don't carry landed the mods today. Sharply. This now where would they bring on a matter then we get to do with Nigeria and would they break and down to our country people language so that we go understand. I would they discuss them possibly a proper solution so they go enter the head of those people that we did there, we the rulers, make them for know the things them we would yearn for and made them for feed them. Make I go give them the headlines and sharply. Yay! FBIDEA, which kind politics on they play while on they delay the release of all redacted Tinubu drug files. Alan Greenspan don't they shout say politics now na they that politics, I will let you in on what he is saying inside this politics when they talk. Say now politics, shocking political reason will make they never still release the file. When it be said they're supposed to release since July ending, now they supposed to start to release them. And they do mini money. I go tell another matter when the time break. But we'll go enter inside other issues. Enough is enough. Stop using states as test case to destroy democracy. To dope it aside, Rivers elders want Tinubu over local government election crisis in Rivers State. And then plans underway for prison inmates to vote in Nigerian elections. That one, so INEC talk fighting corruption, no, they difficult. It no hard at all. Who talk this one? Oga Peter Obi talk this one. And then he also talk, say, he proposed 5-year tenure for Nigerian presidency. Say, be like say single 5-year tenure. Be like say na they good pass. So that anybody will come, no go begin think of second term. You go just focus on that in one term, work, come out. Once you win, you focus on that term, work, come out. Now, Guba poll. ADC would start rebuilding Nigeria from Anambra State. When he said I didn't go win Anambra State, yeah, David Mark and I talk this one. Meanwhile, ADC say, David Mark, we don't know you. As some faction of ADC don't wash their hand, come up from David Mark leadership like Pontius Pilate. Say they know they do, they don't know. In fact, say they go elect their new chairman because say David Mark no be their national chairman. They go elect their own national chairman. Wahala David that too. And inside the same ADC, would they hear say, hey, say na Atiku men then say na then don't saturate the party for ADC because as it be like this, so it be like say Obi no get mouth at all because they say it be like say na court na six crossfire na Atiku team and Obi team then they for inside ADC right now. We'll go tell you more about that matter when the time reach. Meanwhile, Senate moved to elevate Oni Sultan. That move, it don't divide Nigerians a lot because that matter don't pass first and second reading and it's supposed they committee level right now and the thing they raise a lot of outcry right now. How the thing use pass first and second reading for inside the house self? How the years them use get themselves? That na question we be say people they ask. But when we reach that bridge, we go cross them. 2027, I beg come back now. Ida Kwema be no big come out. Peter Obi come back to us in PDP now. Bauchi Governor Bala Muhammad and I did beg Peter Obi as Peter Obi go visit them for inside in state. We'll go talk about that matter when the time reach. Okay, more matter we be say we'll go still talk about and we'll yarn about this evening. Hunger in Nigeria. Presidents don't disagree with reports. Say hunger no day. Which hunger? Which hunger? We will tell on our way to the talk when the time reach. But back when it's inside Shawari case, Shawari don't accuse police of maltreatments as journalists visit them earlier today. And we'll let you in on that conversation. For River State, we hear say 22 vehicles now they don't recover for the hands of new car snatching syndicates. That is to bab car now a new business now. So inside those syndicates, then where they snatch car now 22 cars now they don't see for their hand so far. 2027, PDP threatens to sanction members endorsing Tinubu's re-election. Any of una wey say una go endorse Tinubu re-election, we go sack una. But weekend on a guy now, and they work actively for Tinubu this thing. Why not charity begin somewhere? Why not begin with him? PDP. Well, that can wait till people they talk. Oh, no, be me talk am. K1, the ultimate, don't apologize to the airline. He don't say, okay, I surrender, I'm at fault. It's okay. Now me they at fault. I surrender. But it's just say no be alcohol I carry now water now I carry. But I surrender. You don't do it. I don't see everybody they shout for the matter. You don't do. I go listen into that matter. Protest for inside Zamfara over renewed attack. That one saved day. Meanwhile, Kachuku don't come out with another claim. Will say, 2027, Jonathan they offer Peter Obi ministerial appointment slot. In fact, Say he go give an appointment as the coordinating minister of the economy if in support am, make him drop his own presidential ambition, support him. Good luck, Ebele Jonathan. Saying go give a minister. All right, my people, all this matter and more now I get for the month for that this evening. And it always suit my belly to joining me for inside the studio. Now, so some of my two mighty men in valor we do with me for inside the studio. Prince Francis Chilaka did with me, Barrister Asim Adams did with me for inside the studio. But make I begin with Prince Francis Chilaka. Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for joining us and welcome. Thank you, it's Friday. Do I say that?
Precious, how are you?
I did fine, sir.
What are you thanking the Friday for?
I don't
You're
know.
thanking the Friday that your president is far from the people. You have a leader who doesn't understand the feelings of the people. You have a leader who tells himself that the wrong things he's doing is right, and you call that leadership, and you call that Good Friday. I mean, President Bola Tinubu needs to understand that Nigerians are suffering, and he should stop all this grandstanding. That is not the sign. That is not the sign of a good leadership.
We never.
You're not feeling the pulse of the people. You should feel the pulse of the Nigerian people. Issue is not about sitting down in Aso Rock and dashing out $100,000. It's about looking at the cost of items in the market and how strong is the purchasing power of Nigerians. So I beg, don't let me vex. Go just go. Hold it. I don't want vex.
I beg, no vex. I beg you, no vex at all. All right, Moko start. You know, say they say charity they begin at home, but Moko start this particular charity from abroad because waiting there for abroad they affect also inside home. So Moko start the charity from abroad, from US where the DEA and FBI matter we suppose affect us. They from there we enter reach home back immediately. So beginning with this conversation, we here say Plain Sight founder Aaron Greenspan, where be say join body together with David Hundein to file the Freedom of Information Act to get the unredacted documents where expose the kind of business and where President Bola Ahmed Tinubu been do. Sorry, where one Bola Ahmed Tinubu been do when he day US. Waiting make and come for fit, can't leave money where reach almost 100 and something thousand US dollars to US. You know, that matter. So the person don't they shout, he don't they shout, he don't they shout. Now, the founder he talks say the Federal Bureau of Investigation (FBI) and the Drug Enforcement Administration (DEA) say in what they are deliberately playing politics and intentionally delaying the release of unredacted drug files connected to Bola Tinubu, describing the move as a political favor to the president. Say then they do am political favor. Now, and you know, say this one now they come at the wake of say the president now a CIA agent. So people can look say, okay, understanding say all of these agencies, of course, now join, but they feel get their joint body for inside US. So could it be make we do this our CIA people favor, make them say they could do us our own their own favor back in future. That's not part of waiting this conversation. Feed their ledger. We could go further into them. So for inside a joint status report filed Thursday yesterday in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia, Greenspan, who alongside West African Weekly editor-in-chief, that is David Hundein, sued the FBI, DOJ, CIA, and DEA, IRS, State Department, and Justice Department under the Freedom of Information Act (FOIA), and won, stated in writing that the agencies have been in deliberate violation of the April 8 court order, directing them to search for and produce non-exempt records. Now, remember, say for April 8th, judgment been come out when it be said them, David Hundein them can't go court, can't say, no, 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 no. This one where they say, make them redact this document. Them. We no one made them redact them. Make them give us the one where it be say, no, they redacted, right? So as they go, court contact them say, okay, yes, say now their rights, now the fundamental rights of Nigerians to know within their president, them don't they up to before. So he give go ahead, say, Mokona go ahead. FBI, your dear, your mona go ahead, release the documents where ona no hide by redacting na hiding, where ona no hide the president's name. Mokona release them, come out, come give. Now, reading further in that conversation now. Judge Beryl A. Howell, in her April 8th ruling, had emphasized that withholding such information from the knowledge, from the public knowledge, or from public knowledge, using gloomer responses and citing individual privacy exemptions is neither logical nor plausible. That is, it don't make sense at all. And you know get as it take make sense. You know even add up. Rara. So how you go come decide say he won't give privacy? Privacy for waiting. One person come out say he won't become president of a country or something. He don't make himself a public figure already now. So he not get right to get that kind of privacy. So if on a side say on a need to give him privacy, now make on never release him, or now make on hide the name. The judge say no, that one no follow at all, at all, at all. Now the FOIA request focuses on records containing Tinubu's name as well as that of Abiodun Agbele. Now, the DEA has processed 238 pages, releasing 50 with heavy redactions. That is, they hide names where, and withheld most of the remainder under FOI exemptions. 367C of their constitution, then quote. Now, Greenspan noted that no pages referring Tinubu has been released and demanded justification for the withheld document. Say, he don't do. Court, he don't give judgment since say all the pages we get to do with Tinubu, made them release them. Why it be say till now, the date one I give self don't pass, and they never still release them. So the FBI, meanwhile, had previously released heavily redacted files in batches, but yet to produce any records mentioning Tinubu's name. It cited a backlog of about 10,000 FOI requests and limited resources, projecting its first interim release for December 1, 2025. No vex, no vex. We get plenty backlog. People don't send us plenty FOI. Thing too plenty. So because of say over 10,000 people don't send us FOIA requests, it go take before we find the one we named it before we give on. But people come and say, excuse me, not be on a been fit bring out documents where in name they, but on a hide the name come out. That is on a release the documents, commoting the side where getting name. So why not if you go back to those documents again, go bring a name, join inside. They say na December this year, 1st of December this year, now they go down. However, Greenspan don't reject that one. They don't reject the time like Greenspan. Say, he no go agree for this one where they say December 1. Say, he no agree at all. Insisting that the Bureau could produce the relevant records immediately if it wanted to. Say get the documents. If they want to release it, they will release them. He has asked the court to order immediate production, accusing the FBI and DEA of shielding Tinubu for political reasons and likening the delay to past instances where the Justice Department diverted resources for political sensitive cases. I no go fit give you details of this because I say my name is Precious India and I did for Nigeria, but not be me right and Greenspan will write and they abroad. So make I just read them up. If I fit give you according to my research details what happen, whoa, my mouth no go fit carry them. Now the court, according to except of waiting Greenspan, right, say the court should not encourage such gamesmanship, paddy manship. Greenspan now write this one, arguing that the agency's conduct, the conduct of the agency undermines FOI's purpose. That is, what's in the agency they do by doing paddy with Tinubu, say it don't scatter, that is, it don't cover the entire aim of the Freedom of Information Act and the right of the public to know things where business is supposed to know. Where make they even give freedom of information or pass the bill in the first place? He also requested the unsealing of any federal criminal dockets in which Tinubu or Agbele appear as defendants. Say any document where be say Tinubu or Agbele dey as there, make them open them up, make them open up, make people see. Now, while the FBI and DEA proposed filing the next plans report by September 17, just a few weeks time, next month, Greenspan suggests September 1. Say, in fact, say no. So the FBI can say, okay. We will start the process by September 17, not be December 1 again. Greenspan, they say, September 1st, they're okay for you to start. No push and reach 17. September 1st, they're okay, start them now. However, the United States Attorney Jennifer Pirro, in a footnote, pointed out that September 1 falls on a federal holiday and that she has a long-standing personal commitment out of state from September 4 to 2025. So that means they get to wait till she come back into the country for them to fit release the document or for them to do anything way then they do. So now so the matter used there now. There may be more, maybe people go call us to talk the more, but not be my mouth and I go hear the more. So Prince Francis Chila Kasa. Make I let you put mouth into this talk. Sir?
let me start by, I'm going to ask you a question.
No,
Because
don't ask me the one I no go fit answer.
this night now dialogue me and you won't do.
Ew.
Corruption. Please pronounce it in Igbo language.
Corruption.
Pronounce it in Igbo language.
Corruption.
Pronounce it in Yoruba language.
Corruption.
Pronounce it in Hausa language.
The much I know is corruption. Corruption.
It's not. Corruption is not a Nigerian language. Corruption is a borrowed language. In other words, corruption that we look at is more endemic in America, UK than in Nigeria. So how do you expect a corrupt American system to be able to give you the justice you want? Yes, America is corrupt. The only difference between American corruption and Nigerian corruption is that in American corruption, they find a way to wrap a finger around it. But in Nigeria, our own corruption is brazen. They want to thief, they don't care. In America, you can, as a senator, if you buy a bottle of cognac for an American senator, and you give it to him as a gift, everything you buy as a gift, he records it. And at the end of the year, he submits it as more like something that will be taxed on. But in Nigeria, we don't see where somebody they stop dollar inside Agbada and nothing came out of it. So you see the difference between the corruption in Nigeria and the corruption in America. Now, America came out. Don't forget, I told you that your president, Bola Tinubu, is an active asset.
Active, and nobody, by active, they mean say it's still there currently on. Nobody say they don't stop before.
Nobody has been able to, even the presidency have not been able to explain to Nigerians what that word active asset means. But as a layman and somebody who has taken interest in watching a lot of American movies, when the American says that somebody is an active asset, it means that you're working for the CIA, you're working for the government. There is information you have about certain issues that you are still providing information to the government. So how do you not expect an active asset to be thrown open? In America, they will say that if they arrest somebody, they give you what they call protective custody. They give you a new identity. They give you a new, if it's possible to give you a new facial, they just do everything new. And so when they do that, they are doing it because you are of value to them. You are providing information for them. So maybe, just maybe that's where our president has found himself. And unfortunately, that's where Nigerians have found themselves. This is the first time in the history of this country where you have a president that everybody's asking questions. Who is this man? People have been asking questions. And that's why the other day when people kept talking about who his classmates are, we woke up one morning to find, is it Mr. Alex? Also, who as at the time your president was graduating, he was 13 years old, and we're trying to merge. How did they become schoolmates or classmates and all of that? So we have a situation where we have a presidency that we don't even know anything about him. He went to a secondary school that was not built until he graduated. So there's so much about this man called President Bola Tinubu that Nigerians don't know. And Nigerians are asking questions. Who are you? Whose child are you? Let us know. So it's not in doubt that American government that is corrupt, because they are the ones who brought the word corruption. So I'm not shocked. I remember I said that those documents you're looking for will never see the light of day. It will not.
So how they can't use be the leader of the free world we will know like this now? Where did they campaign themselves?
Now you Nigerians define them as free world. The only difference between America and Nigeria is the fact that America has built a system that works, a system where people get employed, people get to have a livelihood, independent of who the president is. There are a lot of Americans who don't even know that Donald Trump is their president. There are a lot of Americans who don't even know what CNN stands for. Because they're not bothered. Whatever Donald Trump is doing is not their problem. Their own problem is their county, their governor, their legislators. Those are the things that matter to them. Not what you and I carry on the back of our mind, where you have a situation, you have a government that your governors are said to be chief security officers, yet they cannot control or give directives to the commissioners of police within their jurisdiction. So that's the difference. The difference is America has a way of, the institution has a way of protecting the people as against, the Nigerian system, where you first of all get arrested and then they begin to investigate you. So if the investigation will last for 1 year, you remain in detention or awaiting trial for 1 year until they finish the investigation.
But do you see all of this coming back to play in 2027 election? Because that's what a lot of people need to know. Say part of
if you notice something, Precious, if you have noticed something, you find out that the opposition right now, they're keeping quiet. They're playing deaf and dumb.
Okay, to this whole Chicago State issue.
I'm sure they're doing it for a purpose. Don't forget, when the Supreme Court was ruling, they said that the documents that Atiku brought came late. You understand? So we're waiting to see what happens in 2027. But I know that it will become a serious issue again. It will become an issue because if, for instance, the way you are sitting down, Precious, if the way you are sitting down in 2023, people say you don't have the kind of degree you say you have, and then in 2027, don't you think people will raise an eyebrow again? And don't you think that as at that time, the eyebrow will be loud?
But now INEC might be the body where will qualify or disqualify any candidate. And INEC no reason.
I don't know. You're getting it wrong. INEC has never had the power to disqualify people in terms of their credentials. Mention one person INEC has disqualified.
It is their duty to do so.
Mention one person.
Oh, sorry.
INEC will only disqualify you if you are not in the good books of INEC. And when we say the good books of INEC, means you are not in the good books of the government of the day. INEC is not independent, as a claim.
So there is no independence.
They are not independent.
Commission.
Because if you say you are independent and you are allowing different people to interpret a legal judgment to you, today, check what's happening in Labour Party. Today, Abure and his gang will interpret the document. I know people dance to it. Tomorrow, the next man will interpret it. And so you have a problem of conflict of interest. And it's become so upsetting that even we're talking about the American system to release a document. You see what's happening in the Nigerian judiciary, where a judgment is being interpreted by those who went to court. Then nobody now pays attention to the certified true copy of the judgment of the court. So I wake up from sleep and I interpret it the way I want, and I want to voice it down everybody's neck and truth. So that's the problem. For me, the only difference between America and Nigeria is the fact that America has institutions that work, devoid of who Mr. President is, devoid of who your Senate President is. In Nigeria, those institutions have been settled. They have been bought over. They have been kidnapped by government. So you don't have institutions working. And that's why people are saying, okay, check for this, take the EFCC. EFCC now tells us, oh, we want to go after civil servants. That all the structures, abandoned, all the empty structures in Abuja, in Lagos, wherever, are owned by civil servants.
So say most of the estates then say
civil servants. But then the question we're asking, there are governors who have been past governors, who have been milking their states, who stole billions from their state. I mean, look at someone like Yaya Bello. Where is he today? With all the brouhaha, with all the media trial of the EFCC, where is he today? Where is Sadiki? What's his what's it? Adika Sariki? Where is he? Adika? Where is he? Scamming 200 million Nigerians. Yeah, where is he? What has the EFCC done with his case? So you cannot come out and claim to be too sanctimonious, too religious, when actually you don't even know anything about church. So that's the problem we have. The problem we have in Nigeria is the fact that institutions are not working. But the problem you have with America is that institutions are working, but they have a way of doing things within that institution that you will not understand. So how does it make sense? You call yourself the epitome of democracy. You call yourself the world power. You call yourself the police of the world. Yet, you are allowing a little thing about publishing somebody's information to rubbish everything you have worked for. So this should be a slap on the face of Donald Trump, because with all his preaching about being able to right wrongs, and all of that, I'm not saying that playing out. We're not saying it. Or rather, what we're saying is a messed up system. America is as equally as corrupt as Nigeria.
All right, sir. We could just quickly move on to other issues because plenty matter the way we go put our mouth inside this evening. I'll be the wait and hope say Barrister Sim Bufi rejoin us if they don't try to join us before because it is some legal issues and we have for like making put mouth inside. But why would they wait for him to join so then go put mouth for those legal issues? Make I talk about other matter now. Labour Party presidential candidates for the 2023 general election, Peter Obi don't declare say fighting corruption in Nigeria is actually very easy. That is not difficult as generally perceived. As a lot of people, they think say hard, say no did that hard. Now, Obi talked this on today, Friday, during a session for inside youth and leadership opportunities with students for inside Abubakar Savawa Balewa University, Bauchi State. No single Bauchi today. Now, we are talking about corruption, but let me tell you, fighting corruption is not as difficult as people make it look. If you, your wife, and children are not stealing, you have reduced corruption to 60%. Because now when they know say you the thief, at that time now other people will get their apple to go thief. So I've served as chairman of a bank, and at the time when most people who were directors of banks were busy taking loans from their own banks, go and check any bank where I was a director or chairman, whether the bank gave me a loan as a director. Go and check whether there was anything missing while I was there. I served as governor of a state for 8 years, and I challenged everybody to go and show me where one kobo of Anambra State that I'm not entitled to was linked to me. And so in talk. So in don't talk and say, so say in won't be saying he must make sure say Nigeria they okay. And say to fight the corruption he needed that had. Say if they start with person will be say in hand they clear. That thing can remind me of a video where I see with Ojo Zokala. I played that video yesterday where Ojo Zokala to say everybody will be billionaire today. Say they get their money from government. Say they tip politics money. Everybody. Say who they be by 1998. I dey come
Excluding him.
sorry. Say who they be by 1998. Say make them come talk. Say the day they go make am vex, he go begin name names. So there's something critical that he said. He said that when he has told them stop the use of dollar, that's how we curb this corruption. See, every month end, once they collect alawi from alawi allocation for Abuja, then change them to dollar. Say once you stop the use of dollar, that time you know say they don't ready to fight corruption, but they would not stop it because now they did end past. But Peter Obi also talk say it is better to reduce the number of the size of government to about 1 year, 5 years single term. He said, I've said it before and I want to repeat it again. I have the opportunity, we should end, if I have the opportunity, we should end the idea of second term for the president. It should be a single 5 year term so that leaders come in, focus, and do their work that is required of them and leave, and not to be paying lip service or eye service because they want second term. What we see now is that a president governs for 1 year and then spends the remaining years focusing on re-election. We must put an end to that. Let them do their job and move on. Now, looking ahead to 2027, Obi reaffirmed his commitment to serving only one term if elected into office. In fact, in talk say, I want political parties to be bigger than the president and governors, not for the governors to be bigger than them. That way, we can ensure discipline and order. Make I take a reaction to this thing so ABC Peter Obi talk.
If you remember, I think it was it last week or sometime. Yeah, I think it was on last week Sunday when I kept telling you that the problem with Labour Party has nothing to do with Peter Obi, and that the solution also does not lie in the hands of Peter Obi. And I said to you that the way our political parties are configured, that the highest office occupier of that party is in charge of the party. And Peter Obi has reiterated that. Because as it is, the party chairman has no powers. It is the governor or the president or even the senator of that party that has power. Ordinarily and sincerely speaking, the power should be much more higher than the president. But we truncated it. How did we get there? Only God knows. I agree with Peter Obi. 1 term of 5 years is sweet. And you see, the reason why a lot of people are against Peter Obi when he says he's going to do 1 term is because they don't understand his kind of politics. Because everybody's used to doing 2 terms. And then one man is saying, I want to do 1 term. So for them, they're wondering. But in the spirit of wonderment, there are questions they have not asked themselves. And the question is, all the former governors, what are they benefiting from their states? Side by side, what is Peter Obi benefiting from his own state? That's on one side. On the other side, we look at the lives of the late Latif Jakondi, the late Sam Mbakwe, the late Solomon La, the late Ajesse, the late this man from the north, I'll remember his name now. Now, the question of where I'm heading towards is that these people spent barely 1 term, but we see that what they did within that period, people still talk about it till tomorrow. The ones that not 8 years, please, what legacy have they left behind? What legacy?
So are you saying that some of these governors like Jakondi and the rest of them will do only 4 years actually leave a better legacy than the ones who did
their legacy speaks for them till tomorrow. Let me take you on a journey to Imo State. The kind of support you have in Imo State was built through the sweat of the Imo people with their governor. And that's why they kept calling him the crying governor, if you recall. Because each time he goes, he cries. He says, I need money. I need to develop my state. I need to do this. So most of the projects the university have in Imo State was built by him. The water board you have in Imo State was built by him. The roads you have, some of the roads are still there till tomorrow. Even though some of them have gone bad because successive governments have not seen the need to maintain them. Sam Mbakwe opened up Imo State for industrialization, for farming, for education, for health. Please, between all the governors of Imo State to the current one you have, please point out one legacy. I'll start with Rochas. The only legacy in Rochas, if you talk about Rochas in Imo State, they talk about statue. Today, if you talk of hope in Imo State, they talk of insecurity. So tell me, what are they proud of? You come to Lagos State. I am precious. I tell you, I'm a beneficiary of the free education of the late Latif Jakondi. And I'm proud to say it. When Latif Jakondi of blessed memory was governor of Lagos State, private schools were competing with public schools. And we were beating private schools then. We beat them hands down. They decimate them. You had a beautiful transport system, bus system working perfectly well. This whole shenanigans of tribe, ethnicity, and all of that, it wasn't there. Nobody bothered. Nobody wanted to know whether you are Igbo or Yoruba. No, people lived in unity. Nobody was running around looking for, street name, they put it Igbo, let me go and change it to Yoruba. Nobody was doing that. Nobody cared whether you were a Muslim or a Christian or a Catholic or an Anglican. Nobody cared. Because you had people in power who had common sense, who believed in the people, who understood that sovereignty belonged to the people. Today, what are the governors in the state doing? What are they doing that you can look back to and say, oh, this is what this person has done? Ambode did only 4 years in Lagos. People still talk about Ambode till tomorrow. People still talk about him. But yet, we hear that, Lagos was built by one man. And so the efforts of others didn't matter. It was never considered. It was never in the picture. And then I kept asking, at what point did Bola Tinubu build Lagos? Because if you say you built Lagos, what happens to the legacies of the late Lateef Jakonde? What happens to the legacies of Fashola? What happens to the legacies of Ambode? But one man has come out and said, I built Lagos. It's like the governor of Imo State just said a few days back that we were in the bush.
All right, sir.
And that Bola Tinubu is being out of the bush. And I said to him, Hope, Uzodinma, let us go back to the bush. The bush was more comfortable for us. At least we can afford 3 square meals in the bush. We could sleep with our eyes closed in the bush. Let us go back to the bush. Don't bring us out of the bush. Leave us there. So when people open their mouth to talk sometimes, they should always ask questions. What did this person do? What has this person been able to do? And until we begin to ask these questions, let me finish. We must be able now as Nigerians to interrogate those who want to become our leaders. We must interrogate them very well. I think the docility of the Nigerian people, not to ask questions, not to, run a check on those who want to lead them. I think that's where the problem lies. So the political class is taking advantage of that. So any Dick, Tom, and Harry can just come out because he has made small millions from government. And then he will tell you he wants to become a governor, he wants to become a president. If people were interrogated, if we need to begin to ask questions, like Roger Sokalu, who said that there are criminals, there are thieves, and he's the only innocent man. 8 years he was in Abia State. Please, what did he do with the resources of Abia State? Let him come and point out one legacy project he executed in Abia State with all the money he got from the state. He who lives in a glass house, don't throw stones.
All right, so let's move on to other issues very quickly. There may likely be a problem for Peter Obi according to what people they talk, because as he did like this now, he did like say go harder. Because for ADC now, get bearing. For PDP now, Jonathan are the preferred candidate. So the Labour Party now, wahala dey inside. They say wahala dey for him like this, so it be like this. So even though say David Mark don't talk, say as it be like this, say the ADC go use Anambra State election to use test their power and to use show good leadership, because now the Anambra election go first happen. And then some faction of ADC leaders don't talk, say no, say David Mark not be their chairman. So say they come out their body for one day. But apart from that one, it can't be like say problem there between the the Atiku Abubakar faction and the people will be say they support P2B for inside. In fact, P2B and Amici for inside ADC. Because we hear say Atiku team members and then don't first enter the party and then don't first go the build, strategize and gain ground for inside the party. And it can't be like say the P2B people don't be sidelined for the political party. And that's a serious danger for us. How im go do now for the PDP now don't make up their mind according to them say say all these things we never even hear from the sources we hear now say PDP now don't be strong effort in Jonathan dem want because now Jonathan be the only person where they go fit wey northern people then come together trust say im go fit do 4 years so make Jonathan come back come rule. On the other hand, we dey hear say, Jonathan, no, don't talk, say, no wahala, say, two conditions now they give to come back. Make them bring back Peter Obi and Atiku to PDP, comot Wiki. Say that the only condition when we use come back. Say if they bring back Peter Obi and Atiku, then expel Wiki from the party. Say Ingo fit come back. And from another gossip, they hear say, say good luck, Jonathan talk. Say make and then another in addition to those requests, say make Peter Obi shun and drop in presidential ambition. Say Ingo give him the position of the coordinating minister of the economy. Make Peter Obi drop in political ambition, support them. We don't know which side we go believe for all of these things now because with the problem waiting for Labour Party, we still there unresolved. We don't know where the BC Peter Obi go day right now. And I feel like make you put your mouth for inside that talk, sir.
I'm done listening to side talks, Biapalo analysis or Biapalo speeches being
All of
delivered by
these
people.
they reported by newspapers, so newspapers they reported.
Yeah,
So
the newspapers themselves don't have stories, so they now rely on bloggers. Waiting bloggers put now newspapers they carry put for headline when they make their own money. But you see, the truth is, I would say this. Anybody saying that Atiku has taken over ADC is bereaved of ideas and does not understand the permutations that goes on in politics. Don't forget that neither Atiku, neither Peter Obi, none of them has formally joined ADC. Yes, none of them. Two, it is not for people to come out and tell you, oh, this is what we think or this is what we heard. No. There are three major people in ADC in terms of the presidential ticket. And it doesn't mean that more people will not join. But right now you have a Peter Obi, you have Atiku, and you have an Amechi. Now, none of them on their own have come out to speak or to say, oh, Atiku has taken over or Peter Obi. No, none of them have done that. So whatever anybody is saying, that person is just conjuring things to say. You will also agree with me that Peter Obi himself, as I remember there was one interview he granted, he said, look, we're not even talking about who will be who or who will be what in the party. Atiku has said the same thing. So when people now come out and give statements and make comments, let me even start with Kachuku. Please, Kachuku needs to tell us, where did the meeting hold? Was it part of the meeting where it was said that the former president was offering a ministerial slot to... Yes, so he needs to tell us. See, me, I'm done with all these politicians who will tell you, like Ojo Zakalu said, if they make me vex. We heard the same thing with Rochas. When he said if they make him vex, if they talk, Nigeria, look, all those things are just political jargons. They are political jargon. Our former president, Jonathan has not come out to tell you his contest, has he? Have you heard from Jonathan's man that he wants to contest?
Then talk saying I close ally, and I don't confirm saying don't they prepare.
Jonathan himself. We're not talking about closer, we're talking of Jonathan. Don't forget that the wife of Jonathan just endorsed President Bola Tinubu not up to how many weeks ago. Have you forgotten? When she got her award, when she got her doctorate degree, she said that she and her family, they have decided to endorse Remy and Baba for 2027. So, who is this ally? The ally has no name. The ally has no name. And the ally thinks that today in Nigeria, Jonathan is more popular than Peter Obi. Which kind bruku to the person drink?
He's not.
Yes. If Jonathan decides to come and contest, then Jonathan is truly the clueless man people have called him. Considering what was done to him, considering the way the North dealt with him, common sense, the man should be comfortable with all the international appointments he's getting. That is me for you. So Jonathan has not told anybody that he's contesting. So but people are free to talk. And then coming to PDP, PDP is that is making noise, looking for who to be their presidential candidate. Is it the PDP that Wike is holding on the ground?
Now you make them talk. So one of the conditions which Jonathan give now say made them expel Wike.
No, Jonathan give that condition. Jonathan didn't give any condition.
According to his ally now.
No, Jonathan did not give any condition.
Okay. Sir.
The PDP, those who are meeting in PDP, are they babies? Don't they have common sense? Don't they know that there is nothing you can do in PDP today that a Wike will not truncate? Do they need a successor to tell them that they should have told Wike to go and rest? So why would they be talking like toddlers? We will suspend. Your party members have come out openly to endorse somebody. You will suspend those ones who have done it first and wait for others that will do it. You are turning a blind eye to some people and you're waiting for other people. Who they deceive? Who they want to deceive? Between Peter Obi and Jonathan, it is Peter Obi that will be telling Jonathan, "Oga, come, let me give you an appointment."
A former president.
No. What do you mean former president? Former president that was disgraced out of office, that was booed out of office. Former president that people carry this casket everywhere. What are you talking about? Why is it that Nigerians don't have common sense? We don't think out of the box. After booing you, after spoiling your name, after telling Nigerians the whole world that you're clueless, they're not telling you to come back, and you will come back. You think if this Jonathan comes back, assuming he comes back as president, you think he will be as clueless? You think that the North will be able to ride him over? And then we need to stop this nonsense, Precious. We need to stop this whole nonsense of thinking that the North decides who a president of Nigeria should be. It's a very, very wrong perception. We need to stop it. I find it very offensive that anytime we're talking about presidency of Nigeria, everybody's saying not. No, we should stop it.
But the North don't make
that is why
like that now.
That is why I say that there are marginalization clauses, especially to the Southeast, that should be corrected. And I'm surprised and I'm ashamed that we have senators and honorable members that have not seen the need to speak up against, the marginalization of the Southeast. The Southeast has only 5 states. When others have 6, some have 7. Why are they keeping quiet? Even in the bill they want to use to create more states, why do they create more states to balance up with the Southeast? So all the senators from the Southeast and all the honorable members, they are just OES members. They do not know how to protect or fight for the rights of the Southeast. So please let us leave this whole issue of the North. This is why this country is not moving forward. Right now, we don't even need a president because you are from the North. If you ask me, or because you are from the Southeast, or because you are from the Southwest, no. We need a competent person to be able to, pilot the affairs of this country and get us out of where we are. And that is the truth. So when people come and criticize Peter Obi for saying he wants to do 8 years, it's because that they know that, he wants to do 4 years, because that they know that the 8 years allows them to embezzle funds.
And they expect them
because
to
they have never seen the kind of Peter Obi The kind of politics Nigeria, the kind of politics Peter Obi is playing is new to Nigerian politics. They don't understand it. They don't understand it. All the governors, including Ojus Okano that is talking, is it not benefiting from Abia State? Is it not beneficial of the pension and special scheme they are doing in Abia? Your current president, is he not benefiting from Lagos State? So let them come out and tell us that they're not benefiting from their states, like Peter Obi, then we'll know that they're serious.
All right, sir. Make we quickly just touch on some things we happened today. Omoyele Sowore, they've been shown today as they allow journalists to go visit them, and the police can't talk waiting make them hold them. Different cases will make them hold them, and eventually they come show allow journalists to see them, and we see say bandage their hand, and they don't be like say they injure your hand. But the good news we say they don't release him this evening, and he came out to speak about his release, and he also released a statement to that effect. As a matter of fact, even while in CD detention, in CD para, they talk say government, say all of them for government. Sorry, sir, you're feeling uncomfortable. Say all of them. That's a statement he, part of the post he posted on his social media. Let me read that document. Yeah, I say the Nigerian police force has finally capitulated to the demands of our revolutionary movement after subjecting me to an unjust, unwarranted, and entirely unlawful detention. They had no choice but to release me tonight. However, this is not a victory to be celebrated with fanfare. It is not a moment of self congratulation or eased tongues. It is simply a reminder of what we already knew, that that we stand together. So you just talk a lot of things. But the good news, they say they don't release them right now. And then earlier, a lot of people being at the one at the try they cannot bring Peter before inside this conversation. But Peter being condemned waiting happen to them. And people come begin attack Peter say why they condemn waiting happen. Saying they try to make them see a good person. I say what this will be go do we go they comfortable for people because he condemned it.
No, you know why people don't understand something. And that is why I keep saying that if we have, say, 10 of Peter Obi in this country today, Nigeria will be a better country. Yes. Peter Obi does not believe in the politics of bitterness. And it is who he is that is really, giving people cause for worry. Because they don't understand. How can you be contesting for elective office and you are speaking in favor of another contestant?
But he's just condemning evil. He's just condemning evil. Evil is evil. So
but you see, he's condemning evil, but the urchins, the APC rats, so to call them, even some of Sowore rats, they don't think out of the box. But for them, they don't think out of the box. And that's a big problem. It's a very, very big problem. People are not getting used to the fact that you can't keep doing something same way and expect a different result. And that's the truth. That is that, good, Sowore has been released, but let me tell you sometimes, the way Sowore and the police are going back and forth, people are also beginning to think that Sowore might be working for the APC government. I'm telling you the truth. I know a lot of people are saying that. They don't have to article in that direction. They arrest him today, they release him next day, they just make noise all over the place, But Sowore needs to. I was expecting that Sowore would have been a member of this coalition. Honestly speaking. Because he needs to bring those ideas of his into the coalition. Alone, Sowore cannot win his local government. And that's the truth. So I think he needs to begin to, recalibrate himself and begin to say, am I ready to sincerely fight the government in power? Am I ready for the opposition to take power? If he says yes, then he must contribute his own quota to it. You can't just be you can't be one man attacking everybody. You don't see anything good in everybody except yourself. Then you're not a good leader.
Yeah.
That's the truth, yes.
So must he share the same perspective with a Peter Obi who says that even the bad people should be welcome to church? That in the church you have the good, bad, and ugly. Must he share that same view?
Even in the mosque. Even in the mosque. In every prayer ground, you have the good, the bad, and the ugly. After all, there are people who come to a prayer ground to thief other people's money, to thief other people's funds. But they're also there. They've come to worship. So their own style of worship is to thief. Another people worship that to sleep. Another people worship that to clap hands. Another people worship that to pray. But all of them are in the mix.
All right, sir. So
and that is what makes it, unified.
All right, sir. So very quickly, make I ask you about this in where talks. Where INEC talks say that they already make prison inmates then begin vote for election. Some people don't they talk say you realize they won't use style now bring mago another style to rig election where they don't they say inmates go vote. While some people say that welcome development, so whether they be inmates or not, they're still citizens of Nigeria. What's your reaction to that?
No matter what they want to do, no matter what INEC wants to do, if we don't have a formidable electoral reform, everything will go south. Go south in the sense that we need to be able to say to ourselves, are we ready to run an election that is all inclusive, an election that ensures that the vote of the people count? Are we ready to have true democracy as defined by those who handed over democracy to us? Are we ready to say INEC has become completely and totally independent? So it's not about saying, it's not about saying that inmates will vote. In other words, if inmates will vote, also those on admission in the hospitals should be allowed to vote. And their vote must count. What Nigerians are saying is that we want a situation where votes count. We want a situation where vote counts. We don't care how you do it, but let it be that it is transparent and accountable. That is all Nigerians are asking for.
All right. So one of the reasons we make her ask this question because of what they happened for inside the Rivers State election, as people don't talk, say President Bola Tinubu don't amend the law to give room to the sole administrator to appoint electoral bodies, electoral officers, and also to conduct elections, which is not constitutional. And as we speak now, people in River State are talking. They're saying enough is enough. That they want to. They say that they undermine democracy and saying they use River State as a test to use undermine democracy. And as people they quiet, in no great talk. In fact, different gossip don't come out concerning that thing. Some people now don't carry the gossip talk. Say, oh, for this election, what they won't do now, this local government election, no. Say Akpabio saying in deal, say 5 of the local government chairman must be his boys that are from River State. And that's why he brought his brother, according to people, we talk about to be the chairman of the RISIEC. And meanwhile, the rest people cannot go to Wiki. So all these, and some of the Rivers people who reveal this are saying, for their own money, they bring person who can share them and all that. So the reason I'm asking all of this is that are we really, really right for true, free, and fair election for inside Nigeria? Because I like the policy.
When I talk now, I say that River State is being ruled by a consultant. You go dey vex. You go dey vex.
I vex don't
because what we see playing out in River State is the fact that we have employed a foreign consultant to come and rule the state. You see, what is playing out in River State is what plays out in the entire country when you move somebody from Maiduguri who does not understand the language and the culture of the people, and you make him commissioner of police, and you believe you can curb crime. It's impossible. So if you look at what's happening in River State, side by side where other states that are not APC are all coming to APC, you will understand what is going on. It's state capture. River State has been captured. Rivers State has been used as a pilot scheme to tell other governors in other parties, say, do anyhow, you see anyhow. You make it, we throw you out. You grab it, we snatch it, and we will run. Remember when your president went to Anambra, and Soludo was all over the place. First of all, he gave a chieftaincy title. As that one no do him. The second one, he said the whole of Abga has endorsed him as their candidate. You don't reach how many weeks? And the president carry their normal broom, give Okachuku. Say, go and sweep Soludo out of government house. Since that time, Soludo, rather than face the APC that is trying to deal with him, now Peter Obi the face. I mean, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. So, what is happening in Rivers State is unfortunate. And for me, I feel like I keep saying, each time I hear of Rivers State, I get so worried. I ask myself, the man we have in Rivers State, the man we have as a president to start with, is a man who told us how he fought for democracy. And if you fought for democracy, and you are the same one truncating democracy, what did you really fight for? Are you sure you were really in that fight? Or are you sure you really understood what you were fighting for? So these are questions we must throw to Mr. President. And it's very, very... And you know, in this whole thing, me, I don't even forget saying Rivers State in Nigeria. I don't even forget saying a consultant for Rivers State. You know why?
Why?
Footballers have gone to sleep. Anything I want to do, I do. Nothing consign them. Okay. And that is the funny part of it.
All right.
He's not talking. He's gone to sleep.
All right. So there's about two things I want you to chime in on before I open phone lines so the Nigerians will begin to put their mouth for inside the conversation. And I think one of that conversation, let me see. Okay. Okay. Would you want to jump in on what Wasiu Ayinde did and the fact that he has apologized very quickly before we move on?
I don't. See, let me tell you, we play too much in this country. We play too much. What Wasiu did?
Don't beg. Say make them forgive.
Wait, calm down. Not about begging. That was hostage. He was acting like a terrorist.
But they don't suspend the pilots now.
If it is outside this country, he would have been arrested. He would have been charged for terrorism. Because what he did was he was holding the aircraft and the passengers hostage. And you know, this whole idea of, oh, I know Mr. President, I know Mr. Governor, do you know who I am? That is the problem of this country. We have laws that are meant for everybody, but only works on some people. He had no right whatsoever, even if Nagogoro in drink, even if not allowed him smoke. He had no right to do what he did. But he has done it. And in Nigeria, I don't apologize. I don't apologize. This is why this country is not moving forward. Why was he not arrested by the police immediately? Why was he not arrested? But if now people were hungry, they catch. Go do that kind of thing. They would have arrested them and charged them for treason. Is that not what you would do in this country? Because he believes he knows somebody.
So you believe that his punishment should just be the fly ban?
We have two laws in this country. One for the rich, one for the poor. As far as I'm concerned, the NCCA should sue him to court.
The NCAA, okay.
That pilot that got the NCCA said the pilot that got suspended should sue him to court and claim damages.
For Nigerian courts.
Should try his luck. But the truth is that we need to begin to punish people for offenses and for crimes.
Okay, so all right, sir. So
he has done it now. Another person will do it tomorrow. And nothing will happen. If they stand in front of plane, it isn't Okada, and it isn't like a Kena Pep. He should consider himself a lucky man, no? Said the pilot to no smoke banner like him. My different story, you die. Nothing will happen. And 6 feet.
But now because of say the pilot self even take her chances, now waiting make she even get the suspension which she get like this. So because she give them back. But let's move on to other issues. Now moving
Well,
on from security.
I read part of what the lengthy speech by your Minister for Aviation, trying, as far as I'm concerned, that speech was not necessary. But then, what do you expect? Not them.
Okay. All right. So going back to insecurity, maybe one of the things we the rally just well. So they speak to you. We hear say I say hundreds of protesters, mainly elderly women and nursing mothers from Jimrawa village for inside Kauru Nomada local government area of Zamfara
Kauro
state.
Namada.
Kauru Namada, yeah, thank you. Say they don't stage protests. They talk, say they don't tire. They stage the protest for the capital city of Gusau. I say they don't tire for the whole insecurity for inside the state. I mean, report earlier in the week say this particular local council, they say they pay this year alone, they pay, I think, 28 million naira to access their farms, to farm. Then for harvesting, they pay another 28 million naira. That's in all, they pay a total of 56 million naira to fit access farm. And that one no can't end there because even after the payments, these bandits, if you just storm their village at any time, kidnap, carry 2, 3, 4 girls, then go. Or they fit storm their village. All the farming produce that they don't harvest already, they go cut away with. They go carry so many of them, carry their animals, go where they go use good job. Then what's the essence of telling them to pay taxes and they are paying the taxes? And it's really very difficult to believe that that state gets a governor and another people they collect tax together where a governor did. Now, waiting day more painful na say I watched an interview, I think it was earlier today or yesterday, on Arise television where a retired brigadier general, way named I think he's a former Nigerian army spokesperson, Sani Usman, when they ask him about the DRR program, the de-radicalization, rehabilitation and reintegration program. And in the talk, say whether with all the things and way BC these people don't do, and the way they don't even maim and kill people, are they deserving of mercy and to be reintegrated into the society? Make I just play excerpt of that interview, make it hear within the talk so that they go inform the response we will give to us. I beg just hear some part.
Now, this issue has become a matter of great discuss and opposing opinions as well, considering the fact that many are still not very settled on the idea that any Boko Haram member, former or not, should be reintegrated into society, especially as a result of the damage done. Whereas with some other people, there is belief that maybe this could be a way to salvage the insecurity situation in Nigeria. Before we begin to even talk about whether or not this Operation Safe Corridor works, where do you stand on the rehabilitation of former Boko Haram members into society?
Yeah, good afternoon, and thank you for having me on the program. And I can understand the concern by, Nigerians, especially well-meaning Nigerians about this kind of initiative. But what I want you to understand is that we have to look at the circumstances that brought about some of these people being, in the Boko Haram terrorists or insurgent groups, so to speak. Some of them were, conscripted, some of them were forced. If you could recall, way back at the onset of it, the village, they attack villages and communities. They cut away valuables as well as able-bodied men and women, and they subject them to so many things. Some of them, they were made to fight. Some were foot soldiers, and so on. Some of them were performing menial duties against their wills and all the rest. So when you look at it from that perspective, that it is not everybody that subscribed to the religious belief of the Boko Haram or the ideology, so to speak. They were there against their will. So due to concerted effort and, of course, appeal, they were made to understand that really there is life beyond the Boko Haram insurgency, and some of them decided to voluntarily lay down their arms or to come back. To come out. I could remember way back, I was even in the service in Burma and all the rest. Hence, that brought about the initiative of the Operation Safe Corridor that is being carried out. And so far, about 3,200 have passed through the program, and with less than 1% recidivism, of the activities. And that goes a long way to speak volume about the success or otherwise of the program. However, just like any other thing, I think the impediment is that there is a communication gap. Communication gap in the sense that when you are confronted with security challenge of this magnitude, kinetic approach alone cannot solve the problem. Therefore, you have to have a combination of the carrot and stick. And part of this combination is what we are witnessing with the Operation Safe Corridor. Now, if you look at it, insurgency everywhere and terrorism, conflicts generally, hardly you resolve them, through, forceful means. Sometimes we end up at a negotiating table and all the rest of them. And we are having a unique way in the sense that in Nigeria we have an unprecedented number of these fighters that decided to renounce violence and voluntarily laid down their arms. And in fact, a part of the international convention, you cannot do, you cannot harm them. So, but I can understand the need for justice and all the rest, hence, this process. So you should distinguish between those that are really hardcore, those that believe in the ideology of Boko Haram, and those that were conscripted. And those that were conscripted are those people that are undergoing this program thus far. And it's a rigorous program that it is not just the military, it's a combination of so many other stakeholders being brought on board as, medicals, development experts, clergies, and so on. And there are procedures and, of course, buy-in from the communities and what have you. And now they have even gone away, a way further, apart from integration and all the rest. But after integration, what next? Because some of them, they were unemployed. Some of them, they were having their own trades and all the rest of them. And I can understand even now the international tropical agriculture is coming in the country rep is coming to see how best they can also enhance their agricultural skill and all the rest. So it's a welcome development. However, a lot needs to be done in the sense that there is need to conscientize Nigerian society about
let me stop you here very quickly,
the
please,
benefits
I don't know
of.
if you can hear me. Oops, I think I lost him already in the house. So it did very, people they wonder, say, it don't reach level where it be say, would they still the talk, say, we suppose ensure, say, we give these people amnesty, or would they justify the fact, say, we give them amnesty, especially considering, say, most of them, they still go back to help their other brothers them again along the line. Did they still go back? In fact, as a matter of fact, about Borno State Governor, and I talk him the other time, say, he no go deny the fact, say, no be all the people we don't they repented. Nine, no, they go back to the work we they do before. But say it no matter, make we still they do. So people are wondering that why do we really have to give these people amnesty? Why do we really have to have mercy on them? Why do we have to do this? Why do we even have to spend resources on them? And then integrate them back into the society where it be, say, the people where they don't hurt and harm and kill their family members, they. And these people will come see them. How do you expect it to play out? As a matter of fact, remember there's a video I played once to you about a particular man who saw the person who kidnapped him. He's been released and given amnesty. And he was tortured. He was part of those Kaduna Abuja rail incident, kidnap incidents. Yes, he was part of them. And he said he didn't even know how to feel about it. But a part of him just said he needs to let go. So people will be saying, this one I just kidnap that man. So imagine people will be saying, kill their family members, clean their family. And you see that person when they clean your family, just the waka they come up for it. How will that make you feel? This is the question we BC people they ask. Because I don't know whether na so other countries, and yes, you understand with waiting or God Brigadier General they talk, say, according to international convention, once they don't surrender, you know go feed do them this one, you know go feed do them that one. Imagine what happened yesterday when we tell on say George Bello, he say he surrender some arms, can't release some people where he kidnapped. But we still heard on the ground, on the ground, say they still alarm to go back with some more arms. Say because the reason we make them alarm to go back with some arms now because making other opponents them no see and can't kill him. So he needs arms to protect himself. so that his other opponents will not kill him. So he just released or surrendered some of his arms and still kept other part of his arms, and then release people when hold on captivity. And you're telling me the same Trojubelo will not go back again to the same thing when they do again? These things that what in the business will just the one that, well, phone lines are open, Nigerians. Please kindly calling to join the conversation. 081702940077. Now the WhatsApp number to call, but better still, just join, follow the link where they post and enter inside the studio directly so that you could follow us, put mouth for talk. Enter the studio directly with the link where they by the pinned section for the comment. So just they pin inside the comment section. So just follow the link, make it enter inside the studio. Or you call the WhatsApp number 081702940077 to put your mouth for inside the conversation where we say where they get so far. All right. So phone lines are open. So sometimes it's good for us to look at some of this conversation so that we'll even understand the mindset of the people that we be say they rule us and why did they take the decisions and where it be say they take. And some of these things worries some people a lot, especially because now see for Zamfara State, what I was reading about the insecurity in Zamfara State. The people are worried. They say they are tired. They are tired. According to that report, they said they followed another protest that they had 2 weeks ago, earlier by residents of Gusau local government area, who alleged that relentless daily bandit attacks had claimed over 100 lives in villages, including Mada, Ruwan, Bori, Feging, Baza, Lilo, and Bangi villages. Over 100 human beings don't die. Now, these people will kill these 100 human beings now. You come and tell us that, oh, you needed to give them amnesty. You need to give them amnesty. And that the best way is the carrot and stick approach. And how have you ensured that that carrot and stick approach is even effective? So they need to go back to their old ways again. Well, let me talk to my callers. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Hello.
Sir? Okay, enter front of studio now. Enter front of backyard, Joe. Come from the front. Come to the front. I'm waiting for you at the front. Thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you. Let me talk to Prince Francis Chilaka very quickly while I wait for your calls to come in. Prince Francis Chilaka. All right. So we're looking at the conversation around the radicalization, reintegration, and rehabilitation of these people. As the general don't talk, say then they deserving of the pardon because not be all of them did there by their minds. Say because some of them they were coaxed into they were there against their will. But many will wonder how can someone be there against their will? Then you carry gun, shoot people, kill everybody, or kill people against your own will.
Precious, I've always been against that rubbish. I've always been against this whole thing about integration and whatever they want to call it. For me, it doesn't make sense. You leave the root cause of something and you're chasing shadows. The reason why you have a lot of young people buying into this whole rubbish is a two-way thing. It's a two-way thing. It's because the people have left what they should do and they're chasing shadows. And I find it very, very annoying and insulting each time people come out and tell me, oh, they were. If you are doing that for Boko Haram and all of that, why are you not extending the same olive branches to the people in the southeast that you call IPOB and ESN? Why are you not extending the same thing to them?
All right,
the problem is that the government has failed to provide employment. And the people who are running this whole business of kidnapping and all of that, for them, they have created employment for these children. And that's the truth.
So now industry. Now
you cannot see, no young man can embark on something that you're not making profit from, that you're not making a living out of. So if they were forced to join, were they forced, when the guns were handed over to them, were they also forced to go and kill people? Were they forced to go and kidnap people? Were they forced to go and start demanding for ransom? Don't they know how to run away? Even some of the ones you have brought back and you say you want to integrate them, what has happened to them? We have heard severally how some of them have ended up selling out information to the same people that you claim that force them into it. So I mean, it's it's unfortunate that the government keeps or some people in government keeps giving excuses for crime.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me quickly speak to some of our callers. Hello, good evening and welcome.
Pepe, how you doing?
They fine. We'll be super. Oh, yeah, talk quick. Make I go talk to T.Y. Danjuma. Don't call me.
You see, let me tell you something. I'll be brief, maybe 20 seconds.
All right, sir.
Something just tell me, say, the North is out for their game again, And my big uncle Chilaka, I agree to God bless you, sir. The man will put the talk.
I agree to my brother.
You see, the North is out with their game again. Okay. Why are they trying to bring Jonathan to PDP?
Has he ever left PDP anyway? Did he leave at any time?
They are trying to bring Jonathan back in the PDP. Obi will be in maybe Labour.
So they go divide the votes.
To be in APC. All these three people are from the south. Isn't it?
Yes.
Then I think also come out from the north. And who are the end of the day, they will divide the vote from the struggling with the southern vote, while the northern man will clinch all the northern vote.
Now waiting you they see they go use Jonathan, Obi, and then Tinubu divide the southern votes while the Atiku go win.
Why somebody even I watch Kachuku on another TV when he bring some people say, oh, they forged signature. That man just disturb himself. He should just go and sit down. That Kachuku or whatever. Although like APC people they use them, they go bring some.
How you use get money? They do press conference every day, every 2 market days. They do press conference. Who give them money to come meet the people?
APC they use that, and as APC they use that, they don't say no. Self they get their own plan. This is a strategy. 3 people from the south will struggle southern vote, while 1 person from the north will just. And that north, at least it must get 1 or 2 from the southern vote, But the main, the north will just, you know how north.
No, but not be the way it is a good bill, because say every time. Just let me explain to you now. Let me explain to you now. When you they talk not, people they vex already say people from Benue, people from Plateau, some parts of Taraba, all those middle belt and then they vex if they add them join for North generally. Because they say but they be part of the see, you don't understand. When North they call North. Now that's North Central, they use get mind well. They use them get mind well too. You don't understand. They use North Central get mind well. I don't know if you get my point. So that's the part of what they also give them Agobi. Now you make they generalize them as North, now we plenty pass. Because without North Central, North no plenty pass. Do you understand? So now part of what they give them mind. And as it be like this, so North Central don't suffer under APC administration within security a lot. Within security a lot. So for your mind now, see Southern Kaduna people now, the other day, Kaduna people now don't they talk of marginalization of the Christian community in Kaduna State. The other day I carry on for news tell you. Say the Christian even as this governor they talk, say, oh, he don't try unite them, he don't do this, he don't do. But the Christian community, say, even lands will belong to them, they siphon and they take them. Shopping at the other day for news. So you think that those people will not come out again and say, okay, we want to continue from where we stop from for the suffer?
They suppress people from coming out to talk. That is what they do. Like that's how
they go use their votes count so now. Now be the thing that they try to tell you now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
They go express their anger.
Oh yeah, they win now, but at the end of the day, something will be done. That is they have their game plan. Because I'm surprised why the same PDP, the same northern people who chased Jonathan out of power is trying to bring him back again. Is that something we're not seeing?
Thank you, super. Appreciate you.
The whole thing, chase this man away. Now you are bringing him back, saying you will declare. When they don't get their plan, say you 3 Southern will struggle for Southern votes, while the 1 Northern man will just come clinch the whole thing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right. T.Y. Danjuma, sorry, you don't come back to front of yard. Hello, T.Y. Danjuma.
How now, Precious? Good evening. Prince Chilaka, good evening.
You want to enter house?
You locked door, that's why. You locked door, that's why.
No vex, I no locked door. I don't feel locked door for you. Welcome. Go ahead.
Okay. Please. Okay, good. Today I'm not gonna talk about your brother Wiki. I know get time for him. So make I leave him.
Just one wine. Yes. Just one year waiting my village people go answer.
Say you get this story where they talk one time of a victim. We go police station. Make you go report a case of robbery. When you reach police station, Oh, yeah, talk now. You know, if you talk right in front of him, they look the person where one of the people where rob him, the police uniform, they for that, they for police station. You know, the man no fit talk. You know,
It's a
fit talk.
lie.
They say, "What is your complaint now?" He just the look.
It's
The
a
one
God do
way
explosion.
the one way
God do
come rob and
explosion.
they look at it. So it be like the case where you talk about you know, people where Boko Haram people where go yes. So that's Nigeria for you. It's so sad. What would you do? You know? That's what you go do. You also have this guy in the north for I think for Zamfara where they arrest, where they cause a lot of mayhem. When they arrest and finish, the boss now they release them. How you think say custom officer or this thing where go get power to arrest anybody where you know say when you arrest they go release the person and then your life is in danger.
Maybe somebody don't they here tell us say those people if they arrest them, they just past 2 weeks for custody, they don't release them.
Yeah. So the whole system is sick. But quickly, let me just make a comment about this whole issue of Kwan Wan because it's sad. It's not the only reason why Kwan Wan go to do what he do because in the travel and he know say if he can't go a place like America or UK, he can't do that kind of a thing. If you do him, he's a jail straight. He's going to jail. There's no beg. Even if I apologize, not jail. So
Even with your
what thing
begging.
they make people they do that kind of thing. You can go back to history.
You never see in phone number when you be the make call. Sorry, you never see in video when you be the make call to him and president be the communicate for phone call.
So when they what a
It
disgrace.
was
See me finish.
eh,
See finish.
so it was
See
according
finish.
to people, you see, not be me they talk this things. You know, saying that people talk them and they show video constant that president they talk to for phone.
No, now
Not
see finish now. Now as the man make himself now. Now so that they see him now. We had a situation in the previous Senate where a senator, I go call his name, Bukachua, where the thing where he
yes
talk where
now.
they
They
talk,
use
they
and
talk. They
white.
tell
They
us say
use and
stop,
white.
stop, stop. If they continue, they talk, they talk. The man one shot and down
I've done the
because
favor here. Mm-hmm.
it's still they talk. What thing happen to them? Can you do that type of a thing outside Nigeria in any developed clime? Somebody they confess, say this now what I do. And he won't name people where he don't, was ready. And that just went past. Nothing happened, no sanction, nothing. We move from there. We see a situation where Oluomo during the election, the thing when you do, this Yachuku the thing and all those threats and all that. No sanction. Even recently,
Police don't come out can't tell you say na playing the play now. It was a joke now.
oh, look at that.
Even the police talk saying a joke now.
What an excuse. Even INEC, even recently we hear a court case where INEC is trying to uh, contest a decision of court that he should prosecute election offenders. INEC, they go, won't prosecute election offenders. Yeah? Then you go there, you hear things like the things where somebody where they serve for government, a public servant where they serve government, like Bayo, you hear his ethnic profiling, you hear his threats, and then you reward him by giving him an award, a national award. This country. You see Felix Smoker threatening someone, APC National Publicity Secretary. Nothing happened. He came to say, oh no, I didn't say that. That went. Nothing. No sanction. So you see impunity all over the place. You go there, you see Alex Ikweche, and the boat driver. Nothing happened. They sweep him under the carpet. Even threatening. Go and call the IGP. He can't do me anything. Call him. He was boasting.
Make you disappear and nothing will happen.
Yes. He go disappear and go quiet. Nothing will happen. He's still serving. He's still there. No sanction. Nothing. Will that happen in any developed place? Because we are quick to call America and England, and so on and so forth. That day, that rep, that's the end of him, of his career, of his political, and he could go jail because that's threat to life. But in Nigeria, nothing happened. No sanction. You go from there. You see our brother Oshemole, physically former governor, senator, 7 senator, go stand, go block access to people, check in passengers, entrance, the entrance way, block them, stay there. Supposing somebody will drink kai day there, maybe one agboro, beat nonsense out of him, they go say you don't be the governor. How can a governor do that? An ex-governor? How can a senator representing a constituency, a man like him, do that toggling, go do that type of a thing? How can your children go to watch them, your wife go to watch them, young people they watch them? How can you do that? What example in leadership is he exhibiting? Someone who was an NLC president. What happened? Nothing.
Thank you.
So if you see someone like Kwanwan stand in front of a plane they move, they follow him, they try to disturb the plane. If they lucky, they're lucky.
You don't see the way the person gets to dodge.
Yes, and the minister, well, I commend his action, but I think it was unfair to the co-pilot. I mean, to the pilot and the co-pilot. Because apart from the fact that this is not provocation, Kwanwan caused this whole thing. And the penalty where they give the person the suspending license for 6 months, I think is too grievous. Because no sanction on Kwanwan, even though they're investigating. None. Just to say that he won't fly for this thing. It doesn't matter. Just to say he no go fly. That's not punishment. That's an offense. This is like Prince Ch, like I said, this is terrorism. This is hostage taking. This is suicide. He wanted to commit suicide and to kill the people where they play. It's a serious offense. Domestic terrorism. You shouldn't let this type of because you don't sanction these people. That's why these things they happen. They don't show example. Who is he? Who is he? That is why this country is going on. That's why they're opposing a person like Obi. Because this nonsense cannot happen with Obi as president. Never. It can't happen. It will never happen. So it's the government of Agboro. It is sad. And they laugh at us. They see these things. They laugh at us. So this system has to change. It has to change. Make us stop there. Thank you so much and good night.
Thank you so much. Good night, my brother. Well done. All right. Before I bring back Prince Francis Chilaka, make I look at Agofi talk to someone. Mr. Mop is here. Mr. Mop, good evening and welcome. Mr. Mop, I can't hear you. I think you're muted. I'm great.
How are you doing?
How are you? I'm great. How about you?
Oh, I'm great. I can't complain. Thank you very much. Good Friday, like they say.
Yeah, thank God it's Friday.
Yeah, having said that, let me start with where TY stop in reference to Palm One or whatever they call him, what actually transpired, I think 2 or 3 days ago. And that kind of exemplify, about the kind of impunity, we have in our country. And the senator did it before, up to today. We have not had any kind of response or whether there should be an investigation or something like that. So why not these guys do it? Because according to what I'm hearing, I think the plane, what's the name of that plane?
Value Jets.
Yeah, it's from Ogun, it's owned by an Ogun State person, and the guy is from from Ogun State, and I heard they are friends. So he just feel like I have an ally here.
My friend get this company, no people do anything.
Right, people, whether Tinubu or not, you just feel like I can do whatever I want. It just that epitomizes what we have in that country. If people in hierarchy, they feel they have all the whole power, the impunity and everything. Like I said, the senator did it before and nothing has happened to him. Why not him? So there's nothing really I can see. That's the problem we're having in that country because regardless of what happened, okay, let's just assume we don't have all the fact right now, whether what he had in the plane was whether palm wine or whatever. But there's the one that we saw with our eyes standing, try to disrupt the plane from flying. That one is well evident that we know about that.
But
Then
the problem is that even in the liquid content, whatever it was, even if it was
okay.
water, we all know now we all fly. I don't know if in your
Mm.
part of the world they let you, but here they don't let us carry any liquid that is more than 100 ml.
Oh,
Or
that's
that is
universal.
100 ml, like more than
That's
50 ml
universal.
rather. It's
Yeah.
universal. So even me, as I said earlier, if I'm traveling and I have perfume, because I'm a perfume lover, so
All
I
right.
rather look for my empty bottles, the smaller ones, and if I don't want to check in my luggage. If it's
Okay.
just a hand luggage and I don't want to check in, I look for the smaller bottles and then I use those ones for the number of days I would stay. Because I know just get strength with those people. There is no amount of begging that solves the problem. You drop that perfume there. You know now, the even body
Exactly.
sprays and all that. So understanding that as a regular, maybe because say Nigeria, the problem we get now, too much paddy man, no man. So because if person know, as me and you, they as common people who would fly normal, we need the VIP now. So we should know that as you're checking in, you would not carry, even when I carry bottle of water that I just want to check in, I'm checking in and I want to just carry bottle of water that I'll drink in the lounge while I'm in. They make me open it and throw away the cover. You open it and throw away the cover. You can, so that you not mistakenly think you want to carry it inside. Now he's holding a bottle of liquid inside a flask, and that is obviously more than 100 ml. And then you don't even do that in their VIP check-in, and then you want to board with it. How about now? So, as a regular flyer, especially somebody who's well traveled like him, you should understand that there is a limited number of liquid content you can carry on board. So, why did it become so much of a problem in Nigeria? Because he's a VIP in Nigeria.
Okay. Precious.
Sir?
As a well-exposed person, as I understand him to be, right, and a frequent flyer, that's what I understand that he's a
Of
frequent
course, he's
flyer.
he has to, no,
He
because of his
understand
kind
the
of job, he
rule
has to be
and
a
the
frequent
he
flyer.
understand the rule and the regulation. Like I said, I use I started with the word impunity. That's the angle that he's coming from. He feel like whether it's palm wine or water or whatever, you're not supposed to. He knows the rule. So
Now
let's call it what it is.
now the same thing now because of the Nigerian factor of paddy now. Some Sabi
Yeah.
revere VIP people a lot. VIP. You know that the lounge he will stay, he will not check in through the normal route though. They're checked in through the VIP lounge. You understand?
Mhm.
I don't know whether I get my point. He's checked in through the VIP lounge. Of course, he will not check in the normal lounge where people like me and you did. Now VIP lounge now. So and we sabi revere people, especially somebody who can't get connection for Oga at the top. Come on. And at that thing, they
And
give us mind to do the
You
things we
know
want
what
to
I'm
do.
thinking? Let me end on that particular topic because I have other two topics I want to talk. I don't want to label on this.
All
I think
right.
there's nothing is going to come out of it because what I'm saying right now, if he's actually going to be banned or sanctioned to any kind of degree, he's not going to fly on the international level because it's going to be record for him to decide. Say, I'm coming to USA. The record is going to be documented there. Say he was sanctioned in Nigeria. Knowing how
Do you
international
know the
flight
video has
operate.
gone viral? I've
Yes,
seen bloggers
it's
in
going
the
to
US in different
exactly. It's going to
countries
affect
carrying
him.
that.
Exactly. Even I don't know what's going to be unless he was properly exonerated. I don't know what's going to be the outcome. But I'm thinking it's going to affect him flying international. But having said that, I think the captain of the plane maybe at fault to a certain degree. Why did he
Of
start
course, he was
flying
at fault.
right, taking off? I don't know what kind of penalty they gave him. So a
I
lot of
get
people
this.
are
I guess
fault,
they
but he's
suspend
the
her license for
perpetrator.
a period of 6 months too, and all
Okay,
that.
but definitely, he's the perpetrator, this guy, so you need, there needs to be a repercussion to that. But
So
Nigeria, I doubt it.
So the
Yeah,
reason why the pilot needed to also be sanctioned because for people who BCD aviation, the aviation sector is highly regulated and they take safety very very serious for inside the aviation sector.
right.
And as a pilot, the lives of every member, your crew, they your hand, and
Mhm.
everything, anything where you do, feel make or mar their lives, destroy their lives. So you must take safety concerns very very important. And at the time when you see say you don't run your engine and you don't run engine, they never still move. You don't have any business even to continue to run the engine or to move the flight. And then you tried to move and he was still stopping you. There was a time she now eventually moved where they get to dodge the flight. That was, if to say the person head hit that blade, now problem with that. Do you understand? So
Yeah,
say what
definitely. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's
so
endangering.
I know
He's
she was
endangering the
provoked.
life of the passengers.
Yes, she was provoked, but she would have managed her emotions better. I think that's the reason why they had to also sanction her to serve as a deterrent, so that any other
So
person where they that provoked, where won't behave like that, go no say no. This is aviation sector. You don't do that.
So the pilot is she, right?
It's a she, yeah.
Okay, whether she or he, it doesn't really matter. But I think
Interestingly, she's a Yoruba lady too.
yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm a
Interestingly,
Hebrew
she's a Yoruba
regulation,
lady. So I saw
because
Isaac Fayose come out the other day to make a video and said that imagine if that pilot was an Igbo woman. Her suspension wouldn't have been for just 6 months. It would have become something else. I say, have we gotten to that level? Have we gotten to that level where the punishment to give to Igbo is different from the punishment to give to other people who commit crimes in this country?
now, I mean, Nigeria, that's where we are. Sometimes pressure, to be honest, like,
Uh,
I'm a proponent of one Nigeria. Okay, like Dr. Kashi said the other day, we are big, bigger is better, as a country, because there's a, there's a factor in being a very big country or whatever, in terms of
mhm.
business and something like that, capital index and some of that, it's big. But the way the Nigeria is going right now, like I said, we are mere a geographical expression, but we are not working like in one country. So I'm beginning to, pivot to the idea that maybe we need to break our pressures. I'm sorry to say that. That
You
has
know
been
the
my thinking.
constitution. It is not,
Yes.
it is
I mean,
not negotiable in your constitution.
no, I don't think so because it's a lot of things going. Did you see one video that just came out yesterday? Some Ima from the northern state. I mean, he was saying something very insidious about because of the money Tinubu gave to those people. Yeah, I understand the point of view he's trying to make. That they're supposed to use that money to build something in the north and everything. But the point he was making, he was against the people that the Falcon that was giving them money because most of them are Igbo and Yoruba. He said it. He said, "Why would yeah?" He said they are naked. He said, "Why would you support people that are half naked? Women are half naked. Why would you give them such money?" If he has talked to the other end that said, "Okay, why are you giving them all this money? Why not use it to we are suffering over here. We don't have money. A lot of terrorists." That would have ended. But he went to the extent that said the Satanas, all those women are naked. No, he used the word half naked. Why, because there's no Northerners in my own opinion, what I think. But anyway, I'm just making that point because of where we are in this country, very tribalistic country. We are very fragmented, I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I don't see this country moving forward as one united country. That's my own opinion. But let me
Thank
go to what I came in to say
you. Mm.
about this FBI something. There had been a different speculation whether Tinubu is a CIA asset or whatever. And from what I gathered, there has never been a concrete where they say that Tinubu is a CIA
No,
asset. That was
according to
conjured
David,
by
according to
David
David
Houdin and some.
Hundeyin,
Eh?
no, according to David Hundeyin, it was
But
stated. You remember that it was through the FOI bill, this whole issue that case came up. Now, remember, it was through this whole issue that the case came up. And as a matter of fact, since that thing started trending, the CIA itself has not also refuted the claim that Tinubu is their agent. I mean, if it's a wrong conversation, if it's a wrong narrative, the CIA would disclaim it. They'll refute it and say, no, it's not correct. You know the one that they do for the US now? They've not refuted it. The federal government has not responded to it. And even when they respond, they just give a shallow response, like, concerning anybody kind of situation. So they haven't. So I
No, no, no,
don't
no.
think.
I understand where you're coming from, Iko. There's reason to suggest or to speculate in that because they have not refuted that claim up to today. That Tinubu is a CIA asset. Is it? I don't know, but we know where this came from. From I think it was in the 1990s. The heroin trafficking and this money laundering. So
No,
that happened. Whether
the active agent thing did not come from the heroin trafficking. No. The active agent thing came from a recent conversation.
written composition.
When yes, it was from a recent conversation where it was stated, according to people we talk about, not be me, that the response they were giving was that they can't do certain things because the person in question is an active CIA agent. According to that report at that time, I'm not the one. I mean, we could maybe I will call
From what
David.
we had.
I could beg
No,
plead
no, no,
with David to
I
come
know,
here
I
and
agree
say,
with you. I mean, like I said, it boils on speculation. I'm just saying they have not refuted what we are saying. Even the American government, that may be the case. Does US have their own interest? Yes, of course they have their own interest for whatever reason it may be. That's where we're learning. I'm just trying to make a statement that it has not explicitly been said that, of course, they can't say that, this is how the government works. So let me leave it at that. And let me talk about what I think you said about Jonathan, going to be the flag bearer of PDP. I mean, there's no confirmation, that Jonathan is going to step, to be the presidential flag bearer. I mean, we're all just speculating. We don't really know. And we don't actually know what's happening with that ADC, whether Atiku really want to be the presidential bearer. But we can go by speculation. I mean, do you have any fact to back that up? That, it's going to be Atiku for whether or not? I mean, has Atiku ever spoken? Can you tell me?
That what? I didn't get
Has
that.
Atiku came out and spoke that, I want to be the presidential candidate of ADC?
No, he hasn't. He
So
hasn't.
we don't know. So that's
So they
what
are
I'm just
they are
saying.
mere speculations, just like Chilaka said. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just speculation. So, we don't really know about what's happening. But all I'm gonna say, Nigeria is a special case, precious. Okay, I envy you about people in Nigeria. How I'm not talking about whether you have money or you don't have money. Just too much of things going in that country every day. And I don't know if I can live in that country. I'm sorry. I mean, this is me. Okay.
Waiting you want to do to us now? Aya, come and be going. What do you want to do with us now? Come and be going, I beg, Mr. Mob.
I wanted to ask Mr. Tilaka, what school did he go in Lagos? I mean, although he's not here,
Whether
right?
they are your schoolmates, whether he be your Alex. So,
No, I went
whether-
to St. Greg. I went to St.
All
Gregory. Okay, this is
Okay.
it. I don't know
What
what did you
what year did you finish from St. Greg's?
Why would I want to tell people in the public so they will know my age? I'm in my 50s.
are you a woman? I thought it was women who hide their age.
All right, no
Yeah.
problem. I'll get your number from Precious, and then we can,
I
relate.
don't have his number.
Okay,
I don't have
sounds
his
good.
number.
All
So
right,
just
we
give me
do
a
that. We
WhatsApp
need
next
you.
week.
Yeah, I went to St. Gregory, but I'm a true lady guy now.
If you went to St. Greg's, and the time I think you went to St. Greg's, we're gonna jump for holy child.
We need to talk, man, brother. And you're my brother. You're from him. I'm from Owerri. Owerri, go. I'm family.
Okay.
I don't use
Sorry.
your platform now. They do family and school.
Jemanze.
Oh, Jemanze.
Yeah, what
Yes, man. I know. I'm from Ubise, Chilakubo.
Okay. You say you people are well in tune and well educated. I like them Bise people now. No, go and check the record. The Imo South, the Imo West are the well educated people. I can say in Eastern Nigeria.
That's
just like Imo West. Yeah, which is Owerri and Impise. But anyway,
That's
Dr. Tilaka, we will talk now. Thank you, Precious.
drop your number for Precious. Make I pick up.
Okay, I will do that.
All right. Okay.
All right.
WhatsApp number is on the pinned comment, so you can get it there and drop it. Thank you. All right. Okay, so let me speak with Mr. Okay, that's Mr. Mob. Let me speak with someone else very quickly. Prince Francis, please just remain for backyard. We'll bring you back very soon. Let me speak to someone else. This must be the flagship. Good evening, Mr. Flagship. Mr. Flagship, can you hear us? Hello? Mr. Flagship, are you there? Mr. Flagship, are you there? All right. So what we're waiting for you to come back. Let me speak to Mr. Edwin. Mr. Edwin, good evening and welcome. Mr. Edwin, good evening. Mr. Edwin, you dey hear us? Hello? Hello? Can you hear us, Mr. Edwin? Okay. So Prince Francis Chilaka, let me let you react to some of the statements comments that people have made while I wait for them. I don't know if it's network. Let me let you react to some of their comments.
What do you want me to react to?
You don't see everything where everybody talk now. Respond if you like to.
No, everything everybody is saying is the fact that there are too many conjectures there. Like I said, I believe that one should have been punished, he should have been arrested. I strongly believe that to set the precedent so that we know that people can't do certain things. And unfortunately, sadly, the people that are really demarketing this country are the people you believe should actually be, marketing it well. They're celebrities, they're senators, they're honorable members. It's a group. It's like the elites are the problem of this country. The other day we had that of Oshomole. Now we're having this one. Tomorrow we don't know who else. Maybe Two-Face or somebody else. So these are the people that are demarketing this country. And unfortunately, like I keep saying, they have a system that doesn't punish certain category of persons. If it was just like an ordinary me now, I'm sure that they for them and that bombardment, and even from that time they will slap me, they put me to carry me away. So we need to change. We need to look at a lot of things. We have an institutional problem in Nigeria, and we need to address it. That is on one hand. On the other hand, regarding ADC and Peter Obi and Jonathan, I just think that there are too many people who want to be relevant. Unfortunately, in Nigeria today, if you want to be relevant, just take a swipe on Peter Obi, attack him, and you go your page go loud. That's just it. So I believe that we will have a fairly good election in 2027, and it is time for Nigerians to really shine their eyes. It is time for Nigerians to wake up. See, let me tell you, so long as people keep collecting 5,000, 10,000, all the money they collected in 2023 to vote whatever they voted, not the ones they suffer now. There is no special filling station for APC members. There is no special market for APC members. Now the same market all of us they go. The bag of rice they buy before, now the same price all of us they pay. This one I wanted to buy petrol, and I saw that the price has gone up again. And I said, what's going on? And one lady said to me, I bought one. I can't hear you, Precious. Somebody said to me, I bought for 1,000 the other day. I bought for 950. So it's just for people to be conscious of the fact that to have good leadership, it starts with the people.
All right.
And the people must be in the forefront of demanding for good leadership and accountability.
All right.
So we don't just come out and say one thing, and then on the other hand, we're doing a different thing.
Hello, good evening. Please, you help me turn off the volume of your listening device, please. Can you hear me? Turn up the volume of your listening device, please. Hello? Oh, no, please. When you call me back, please ensure to turn up the volume of your listening device so we can hear you. So let me check if Mr. Flagship is back on. Hello, good evening, Mr. Flagship. Can you hear me? Mr. Flagship, are you there? Can you hear me? Good evening.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, good. Crystal, go ahead, sir. Welcome. Good evening.
Yeah, how are you doing?
I'm great. How about you? It's been a while.
Very, yeah, it's been a while. Very well. Praise
Mhm.
Tilaka, good evening from this side of the world.
I
Yeah,
greet you.
Precious, I see saying Praise Tilaka and Man of Prestige, they do paraport meeting for you.
They do family reunion for my platform. Oh. They're supposed to
That
thank
was
me for
nice.
reuniting them.
It was good to see. Yeah, it was good to see. Well,
Yeah.
I wanted to speak on this airport situation briefly.
Yeah.
But I will come from the standpoint of number one, education, and then number two, play a little bit of defense for the pilots, right?
Mhm.
The problem, well, I hate talking about problems, but one of the biggest challenge when we get for Nigeria today now, this big manity, like we will call them for our side, otherwise known as big man syndrome. Nine be one thing when they choke the systems when we get for Nigeria, and it affects almost everything and impedes any attempt to make progress or recourse any agency or systems to be in the right path as to what other people in other parts of the world are doing. And who said, somebody just now just said that those that are supposed to be I think it was you, those that are supposed to be marketing
Mm.
Nigeria are the ones that are demarketing Nigeria, so to say. And
Hmm.
they are the supposed privileged ones who I don't know
Hmm.
why people call them elite. In my opinion, they are not, because they don't exhibit
Oh, wow.
any characteristics of one that should be called an elite or referred to as an elite. So I like to use the word privileged ones that get a chance to be in whatever office or positions they find themselves. So from the point of education, like I would say, yeah, this thing that this man did is not done anywhere in the world. So for those when you don't know, in other parts of the world, I would hate to bring the US or the UK or any other quote unquote civilized nation into this conversation. I don't think the man would have tried this in Togo, Benin, or Ghana, Ivory Coast, because if he did it, I'm sure he knows what the repercussion would be. He would be in jail anywhere in Africa. This kind of things only happen in Nigeria because you have some sort of connection to the president. So please, the final authority when you board a flight anywhere, the captain and the flight crew, they have the power to kick you off the plane, even for what you may consider flimsy. And they also have the power to blacklist you and you can never fly again. The consequence that Festus Keyamo gave to the Mashal guy, the singer, I think is very light, in my opinion, based on the video we saw and his actions. Listen, I happen to I use plane a lot, right, to go to work. I travel a lot, and I've seen a little bit of all these nuances here in the U.S. and the kind of consequences the offenders get. Uh, it, it, baby food, baby bottle. I've seen where nursing mothers they carry baby bottle with food when they plan to give Pekin inside plane. That they throw him away if he goes beyond the required size. They don't care if it's baby food or not. They will throw it away. So
I remember say this whole thing started with that near terrorist attack on an air flight by a one
yes,
Nigerian boy.
in Detroit,
Now from that time they come
that's
with
when
this.
this whole
That
thing
was when
started.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly. That was when they started this whole ban of a certain amount of
and
liquid
you
and
know the
all that.
funny
But
thing
go ahead.
is, here in the U.S. now, they just started relaxing that kind of requirement 2 3 weeks ago. TSA now just to drop these take off shoes, bags, and all of that when you to go through TSA. So I can imagine now that they are seeing this kind of action coming out of Nigeria. It go make what they want relax that requirement when you're getting on. It
Straighten
will
them
strengthen and
again.
back up because these kind of actions they go global in seconds. He may think that Festus Keyamo has restricted his travel for 6 months in Nigeria alone, but it has gone global. Any airline when this guy entered now might just deny him the ability to fly because of his irrational behavior. If somebody could stand and want to stop a plane. Somebody made a joke here in the US today that this should be in the Guinness Book of Record. The first man that ever tried to stop a moving plane
Wow.
in Nigeria came from Nigeria.
That's
They
Wow.
should go in the Guinness Book of
the
Record.
truth.
So
Wow.
you see how far this thing
Wow.
travels. This guy's action will now make policies to be revamped in every other part of the world where systems work. They begin to make adjustments and amendments to how they want to manage flights that are being boarded from the tarmac because this one was not, they didn't use a jet bridge to get on this plane. So if a passenger is walking from the terminal into the plane, what happens? What's the procedure? All of this is going to change. They do this in the US. There are some airports you go to where the plane cannot get on the jet bridge. So they park on the tarmac and passengers walk outside and climb on the plane and board and go. So when you're on a plane, please, Nigerians, wherever you are, know this that flight attendants have the authority. It is given to them by the government. They can blacklist you, they can kick you off the plane for. And I give you one example. There was one trip I had. A guy was sitting on 15A on the plane. It's a 3-3 configuration. His seat was 15A. He had boarded the plane. He had sat down. There is another guy, excuse me, he sat on 15A. Another passenger came in. I was on this flight. I saw it live. Another passenger came in. His boarding pass said 15A. So he beckoned on the gentleman
Okay.
and said, "Oh,
So,
that's my
so
seat."
same
Yeah,
seats to two
right.
people.
He said that no, actually, what had happened was the guy who was sitting down is in 14A, but he mistakenly sat on 15A,
Oh,
right?
on
So the
15A.
real owner of
Okay.
15A, when he got there, said, "Excuse me, that's my seat." Now, instead of the gentleman to say, oh, sorry, let me go look my boarding pass, go to my seat, my properly assigned seat, or if not the same seat they assign us, make we have the flight attendant fix them, he not do 'em. Or he could have used his common sense to say, oh, I'm in 14A. Do you mind? Just sit on 14A since I'm here already. But he did not do that. He became a little bit erratic. And flight attendants show up. What's going on? So I'm in 15A, but he's on my seat. And the flight attendant asked for the guy's boarding pass that was seated. He brought his boarding pass, it's 14A. And the flight attendant says, sir, you're on 14A. Can you move to 14A? And the guy said, no. You know, and again, this is why this thing happened.
Because he wants to win the
And number
argument.
two, he was of a different color. So
I understand. I was going to see, I didn't want to sound like I'm racially profiling
exactly.
people. Immediately you started, I wanted to ask you if he
So
was white. I was just
the
going to
guy
ask
seated
if he
is
was white
white,
because I mean that
and the guy that was trying to sit, that was standing, is black. So I guess that kind of
it's black. So how dare a black
you
person
want to ask
ask
me
him
to
to
get
stand
up.
up? I was just going to ask that.
Exactly. So he became erratic and started throwing F bombs around. And at the flight attendant, do you know that guy got kicked off the plane?
Oh, wow.
And he didn't fly on that plane
Sugar.
just because of that little incident.
Really?
You know, so please know that in
So no white
no no
advantage at
no no
that
no
time.
no white privilege didn't count in this circumstance.
That privilege did not.
It didn't
Oh
count, no, because
wow.
it's wrong. And again, it was offensive to the flight attendant for you to be throwing F bombs at the flight attendant to fix the situation. I know if you use the kind of words when the guy used on this platform,
No,
but
no, no.
it was so bad that he was expecting the flight attendant to take his side, but because she didn't do it, he threw F bombs
Because it's
everywhere
white.
at the flight attendant, and they got him kicked off the plane. He didn't even fly on that plane that day. All right. So in a normal society where there are systems that work and that are put in place, it's appropriate to follow the rules. And to the Nigerian government and also the aviation minister, this is what I like to say. I like to see failure not as bad as they see it. I see failure as a great tool. Failure exposes your weak points in your plan or your strategy, whatever it is. It only exposes your weak point so that you can fix it or change it to get your system to work perfectly. So they need to go back to their drawing board and begin to write protocols on what to do in situations like this. And we really need to, as a people, stop this big man syndrome kind of thing. And it boils down to those who worship these guys and call them celebrities, elites, and whatever you want to call them. They really are not, because they are not displaying it as good examples for us to see. And assuming that this guy who travels a lot, he should know better that this is not Mushin where you can stand in front of a danfo and say you ain't going nowhere, you know the move, and the danfo you go stop. This is a plane. That engine on that plane, he was lucky. The man was really lucky because as the pilot revved that plane, that engine has the capacity to pull anybody in front of that plane,
Yes, now.
and it will
Yes,
grind
now it will
you. It will
suck you
suck
off.
you
It
up
will suck
and
you. I'm
grind you
telling you.
to pieces. So he was very,
I,
very
I
lucky.
thought I was the only one who remembered
No, no,
this. That's
he
very
should
dangerous.
go and
Once an engine starts running,
you
you don't
don't
have
stand
any
near in
business
front
around
of
the
it
engine.
because you will be sucked in and that's it for you. So lessons learned, I hope, for him. And then number two, and lastly, on the part of the pilot, you see, when you sit on the cockpit, I don't know if you've been on a cockpit. I think that was a CRJ,
Yes.
right? If you sit at that vantage point of the pilot, you really don't see what's on your side, left and right. You are on top there. Whatever is
Oh,
going
so
on.
you think that she
I
may
don't
not have
think
seen
she.
him? No, but then why was she stopping? Why was she stopping intermittently? Because she was stopping like she was seeing it.
Well, see, at that point, the
If
communication
you watch
between
that video.
no, it doesn't mean that when you rev the plane that it moves. Pilot
Or maybe it was the communication between her and the control room or so.
at that point she's communicating with controls who's trying to guide her to taxi out of that place into the runway and
Okay.
get out. You know, so she may not have seen, she may have assumed that the situation had been taken care of. Those guys are out of view. She's got a flight to make.
And I can imagine because he was really at the tip of
So he can't, the pilot can never see.
So he was too close for her to see.
And planes don't have side mirrors, so you can see what's going on outside. So I think the punishment on the pilot was too soon. They should have investigated this first before they took action against them. And for this guy, the musician man, David Marshall, I think he needs to tender an apology. It's the right thing to do.
Well, he's done so.
Then
he's done so. He did so.
It will help to quench this.
After denying and proving wrong, he eventually did.
Well, that's where I'll end it for today. Thank you so much. I appreciate the time.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Thank you. Always a great pleasure to have you join us here. Thank you so much. Okay. All right. Let me speak with Mr. Edwin Agbajo, and then we will do the grace. As our Reverend Father, you give us valediction.
Precious, good evening.
Grace. Hello, good evening. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. I've been longing to see Prince Chilaka, and I'm grateful he's around today. I've been asking after him.
How are you,
sir? I'm fine, sir. You know, I'm always inspired by his submissions, incisive submissions, and meticulous analysis of events and facts. And I'm grateful you are able to lure such people into your studio to talk to us, those of us who are not in Nigeria. I just want to talk briefly about two things. And I just want Prince Chilaka to help me because I'm at a loss. I don't really know what is happening there. What is the situation of the emergency declaration of whatever it is in Rivers State? What is going on there?
Well, you know when
I make it tell you say now expatriates they rule my state now.
Well, it's the truth. What they did was, first of all, the federal government employed a consultant to govern the state. Because as far as I'm concerned, the man is an expatriate. They moved him from another state and imposed him on Rivers State. But you see, the point is this. I think that Fubara, as a governor, did not manage the situation well. When people were all for him and, urging him on and ready to fight to ensure that democratic rule was restored, the man just gave up. He just messed up everything. He just messed up. It was like he was called. When you want to pet a baby, you call the baby and give the baby sweet. So I think he was called and given a sweet, and he just went to sleep. And when you cannot cry more than the bereaved.
Exactly. But what is there is that at least this one tells a lot about our political setup. How can somebody who is supposed to maintain an existing democratic structure in place, I mean the president this time around, he's said to be a Democrat. What makes him a Democrat? Why did they describe him as a Democrat? I know.
But he's been described as a Democrat because we have this obnoxious belief that he fought the military to a standstill. And, that is subject to
that man didn't fight any sort of military to a stand. In fact, the man was hand in gloves with them, with Abacha. That is a long story. We all know all those stories. Tinubu is basically, from what I can, he's a con man. Let me just use that. I'm sorry to use that language on my country's president. He is. Everybody knows about. We all know about Tinubu. In fact, let's not even go there. What I'm particularly interested in, I'm not from Rivers State, but I have strong ties with that area. I'm from Delta. But I just feel you cannot just subdue a people like that in a format that is akin to a military takeover. What is happening in Rivers State?
But that is what it is.
It's basically a military takeover.
It's a capture. Exactly. The state has been captured. But I think the whole thing is, for me, it's all about sending message to any other governor that want to be able to
I would then maintaining a democratic structure when somebody in Abuja, because I know too well that everything is at the beck and call of a wiki or something. That is it the one the pastor called weeks or week or whatever he calls it. That man is basically there calling the church and dictating to the so-called sole administrator what he would do for the Rivers people. I know Rivers people very well. These are people, at least I know them. I grew up in their midst, and I know how these people are. Articulate, intelligent people, and they are just being subdued like that. Precious, I told you the other time, I said Nigerians are too passive. We just sitting down there in our own cool corners and letting somebody just call the church from Aso Rock and then presiding over us. I think we are all zoomies. And I don't like that. It is our time.
No, I think Nigerians are under a curse.
It's more like, I'm baffled. I'm baffled at what is happening. How can then let me come again back to the issue of INEC, because basically I've often told the Precious there to that if we don't reform INEC, where do we think we are going to get to with Mr. Peter Obi? Because we're all behind Mr. Peter Obi. Are we really sure that these people, because you have to fight these people pound for pound, dollar for dollar, naira for naira? Are we all that? Are we able to afford all those kind of resources that we are going to throw at every Nigerian's food? Because I know all that the APC are doing is that they have the security in their corner. They have INEC. They have everything. They have the resources. Because all that is happening at the moment, they're just merely sourcing for money, keeping it for 2027. How are we sure? Like what I said the other day, that if Mr. Obi is not put in a good stead, these people will not go and write another result like what they did in 2023. What are we going to, because we don't want to miss 2027. If Mr. Obi misses out, I'm sorry to say Nigeria is doomed. And then how are we going to return back home to our native land to say, oh, I'm from Nigeria? We're all proud to be Nigeria. But what is happening there is just is something that is beyond the imagination of every reasonable being. We are baffled. We don't really know when to say, because if you say you are a Nigerian over here, they just look at you, you say you are from that mad republic. That is what civil unrest say, where your president calls the church and dictates what happens and what doesn't happen. So I don't know. I don't know. I hope Mr. Obi will not be caged this time around, will not be put into a very tight corner from all that is happening between the moles in ADC, in Labour Party, and in PDP. Because I know too well that all the happenings in ADC, from my brother Kachiku, who is from Delta, the role he's playing now, and those people I saw in channels this evening, they just look like pupils, just being shadowed to the front of a school principal. And then he was just looking at, who were those 4 gentlemen that came to that studio? What were they doing there? So you can see the way things are happening in Nigeria. And 2027 is going to be a very big fight and a big challenge. Tinubu, the command that we know very well, will not let go of power. It wouldn't be like Jonathan. Jonathan was just the gentleman, and I just felt Jonathan disappointed and let every one of us down. The way he administered all that happened, I wasn't saying he should have fought them to instance or something, but there were so many things he should have implemented. For instance, from the 2014 confab, he didn't implement them, and he handed over to somebody who vowed that they had nothing to do with the confab itself, and then you then handed over reports, things that ought to have been implemented with a stroke of the pen. You handed it over to Buhari, and you can see Buhari took us back 20 years. So, and that is it.
No, Buhari was busy picking his teeth.
You could see. So that is where we are today. And if Nigeria slips into this kind of another 4 years of Tinubu, I just wonder what the future holds for us. And people like Prince Chilaka, please, I want to have contact with you, because I want to have some sort of political feedback from Nigeria that I can rely on, that I can talk to my friends about and see, because I know they are reliable sources. And Dr. Nanuju as well. The two of you, I just admire. That's why I always want to come to Precious TV every night to see if any one of you is there, so that I can get at least feedback from Nigeria. I can listen to incisive discussions politically and economically, and I'm all right with that. And to you, Precious, thank you for the good job you are doing. But what we want to really talk about is Mr. Peter Obi, not about Atiku, not about all these Tinubu and all those. I don't want to hear anything about all those people. Mr. Peter Obi is the main issue because he's the only one from the lot that can take us out of the doldrums. If we miss it, as I've always emphasized, in 2027, then we'll have a battle on our hands as time progresses and going forward. And lastly, INEC, reformation of INEC. I keep hammering on that. The civil society groups have all now gone into limbo. You don't hear anything about them. Nothing is happening there. And that again is another very dangerous dimension. Look at all that is happening now. Look at the way maybe Chowore, although that is another untrusted human being, the way he was being battered today and everything. So when you look at the entire setup, where are we headed? Where are we headed? Where my own children, who are all now adults, don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria. You tell them you're going back, they say, where do you think we're going to? That place? I'm not going there. So why? You can't even convince your own children to even go on holidays to your own native country. Simply because of what they see on television, what they hear and everything. So we have a very big fight. But my main concern is the democratic structure and how we are going to maintain, develop it, and then make sure it takes us to the next level. Not the next level of APC. I don't mean that. The next level of prosperity and economic advancement. If we don't do that, if we miss it out, because Obi is the only person there. And that is why they are fighting tooth and nail to stop him. They know they have nothing against him. Because I know all these people, this APC structure and the rest. If Obi were to have any skeleton in his cupboard, these people would have gone now to go and find it. But they have nothing. And why must we allow a gentleman like that to even be harassed by that that mechanic governor of Edo State? Why do we think we just tolerating all this nonsense from these people? And it shouldn't be. Honestly. Thank you very much, Precious.
Oh, God.
Yes.
As you leave, make a
Prince
everything.
Shilaka, thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
good night.
Thank you. I beg, for those who they listen, everything what God Edwin talk now, personal opinion. My hand is inside.
Precious, don't be worried.
Sir,
Don't be worried. We are
sir,
behind you. Don't
okay, sir.
worry.
You are where
Now
you
my
are.
mother
I'm in
take
Nigeria.
talk am.
When it's to
Now my
happen,
mother take talk
I
am.
don't get Shawari revolution people will go stand up for do revolution for me. So don't worry yourself.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Thank you. God bless
so
you.
much. I appreciate you.
Yeah. Bye.
I appreciate you. All the best. All right. Prince Francis Chilaka, oh yeah, make it do grace for us. Make we call the close church the good. Why you laugh like say the matter don't fool your belly? He don't fool your belly, Abi. Make we close church for today.
Well, we keep talking about Nigeria. We keep talking about the fact that we want to have a country we can be proud of. We want to have a country that we can go to sleep with all our eyes closed, not a country where we're sleeping, we're lying down, but our eyes are wide open. And I'm appealing to Nigerians. INEC will soon start voters registration exercise across the country. Let us all take advantage of it. Even when you register, please know that you see that card you're holding on to. It determines not only your own future, but the future of millions of Nigerians. And when the time comes for you to use it judiciously, use it well. You see all this, everything I keep saying it, see all this cup of rice they give you, these balls of onions, these noodles they give to you. It doesn't amount to what these senators, these honorable members, these state assembly members, even your governors, it does not amount to what they take home every day. It does not. Even if they give you 100,000 naira, you know how much you hear that your senators are earning about 20-something million a month. Some are earning 16 million as they are 14 million. So check it. They give you 100,000. How many days will it last? By the time you buy a bag of rice for 80,000 or 90,000, money not finished. If you don't want to buy a bag of rice, you buy half bag. You buy petrol. Tomatoes and pepper no go there to cook the food. And how do you pay your children's school fees? With this kind of high electricity tariff, how do you survive? So the only way you and I can survive as Nigerians is when we ensure that we elect the right people into office.
All right. Thank you so much. Please, you should go and follow Prince Francis Chilaka. Please help us follow him at the Naked Truth CVO1. It's just the exact name that is under his picture, please kindly follow him at the Naked Truth TV 01. And make it go hear some kind truth when they tell on a dear. As in they talk and raw undiluted. I beg, follow him like a village people. I beg, no leave 'em more. I beg, full and where. And then also subscribe here at Precious Amy TV. Get a thing, we're across all social media platforms at Precious Amy TV. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, uh, TikTok. We're everywhere at Precious Amy TV across all the platforms. I'd like to say a big thank you to everybody. Prince Francis Chilaka, thank you so much. I appreciate you big time. Thank you for making our time to stay with us. Enjoy the rest of your holiday, your weekend. Thank you and goodbye, sir. And to Nigerians, as usual, please protect your mental health because wahala need to finish. We will continue to talk sharp for the growth and development of our country. I shall love on our well, I love on our jagasly, and me I pin, I did for grant for here. We will continue to the talk for the growth of our nation. My name is Precious Inye. Make a thank on once more as you join us. I'll see you again tomorrow evening live, but of course I post videos during the day, so would see and communicate under the videos. I love you. Good night.